Okay, everybody, we are at Toyota Grand Rapids in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we're about to interview with the general manager, Mike Udell. He's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to sit down. There he is. There goes Mr. Mike Udell. Okay, Mike, I just took him from outside of the store. Okay, so now we are with Mike. You're the general manager of Toyota Grand Rapids. Can you tell everybody really quick, just a little bit about your background for like a minute or so?
Well, 35 years in the automobile business, 22 with Toyota, been approved by 10 manufacturers, been on the franchise agreements for 10 different manufacturers, run mostly high volume dealerships, one auto mall, largest auto dealership, Kansas City region, ran a dealer group with 4 locations and 10 brands in central Illinois, and then came to Grand Rapids because I just saw such a huge potential with this dealership.
So you're a real GM?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, just really quick, this is going to be for automotiveinternetsales.com, and I like to go to subject matter experts. Somebody's got 35 years in the business. You have such knowledge to share. We've had a lot of great discussions. What's something that's top of the mind, or something that you're really passionate with that you'd like to share with the community?
Well, the one thing that I'm continually reminding myself of and studying is that the consumers have significantly changed how they buy cars, and we've not responded in how we're selling them. It's still a lot of the same old, same old. A lot of the old metrics I'm really starting to challenge in my own mind, like you should have one salesman for every 8 or 10 salespeople, and quite frankly, I'm tired of being disappointed by the work habits and the management team's ability to enforce those things. I think you add accountability by putting a component in place where you have follow-up, dedicated people, taking inbound and outbound calls, managing your leads, setting appointments. I believe in your system. I believe in your system. I think you've got the best mousetrap in the industry, and I've seen it work. So the question is, how can we maximize the opportunities when the customers have done a great deal of the prerequisite work virtually before they even show up? What should our true expectation be per professional salesman in terms of what their output should be? Should our expectations be significantly higher because a lot of the work has already been done by the customer? If appointments are being set for them, how much more efficient should we be operating? So there's a lot of things that are challenging. I think that the opportunity is ripe to reshape the showroom environment to actually now match the virtual environment, not the other way around.
Okay, so now you've had experience working with the internet. How are you guys doing here? Not what the system is, but what are your results as of right now with the internet? Because I was pretty blown away when you were sharing it with me today.
Well, we're a little dysfunctional right now. We're woefully understaffed. We're on track right now to have 603 internet leads and trackable phone calls go into our virtual sales team. By the way, I've divided the sales team. I've got brick and mortar staff that don't get internet leads. I've got virtual team that doesn't take walk-in traffic. So everybody has to focus on either the traffic available that's coming in the door or the virtual traffic. I believe I'm going to get more incremental sales by doing it, but that's a sidebar. We're right now on track to close about 13% of that traffic. We're on pace to sell 223 as of this morning, and 70 of those will be internet. And I'm looking at with...
At a single point Toyota dealership?
Yes. Here's the thing. We're so drunk on traffic that the need to really dial into this and maximize your efficiencies has never been there. And so we really got to change everybody's thinking. We've got to change everybody's minds. We got 400 to 500 people going into our CRM, and we all know what that story is. It's never going to be 100%. But in the ILM, I got another 600. So how do I contend with 1,000, 1,100 leads, opportunities to do business every day? How do I get my arms around that?
Well, let me jump in right there, because this is very important, because we have another major Toyota president, the gentleman Bill Finicaro that I was telling you about the other day. when we look at this, Mike, if you've got 500 ups that come through your showroom, but if you take out the phone ups and the internet leads that got them to the dealership, you said 400. I think it might be even a little bit less than that, but let's just say 400. Let's say you have 400 just walk-in, opportunities, and you have 20 salespeople. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, and you have out of the 20 salespeople, 3 or 4 of them are internet salespeople, correct?
For our internet,
Okay, so basically you have
And-
16 traditional.
16 brick and mortar.
So basically, for only 400 ups, you've got 16 salespeople, but yet you have literally at least 500 to 600 fresh leads plus the residual flow factor. You have probably about 1,000 real leads, over that's the gestation and the buying cycle that are just
Sure.
sitting in your ILM. So again, how come you and the majority of dealers out there are going to have 16 salespeople and all those managers just for 400 opportunities, and then you're only going to have 2 appointment setters and 4 salespeople for 1,000 opportunities?
Well, the truth is, I've gone from 2 internet salespeople just dedicated to that to 4 with one guy that takes overflow if a couple people are off that day, because you're always going to have some folks out of the store, one on vacation and normal days off. So I have 4 people now, and I'm building that team. As people demonstrate good work habits with follow-up in their working their daily planner, setting appointments, real appointments, insisting managers confirm those appointments. When they really start to get where their business comes from, then we can transition them as we build more leads. Instead of round robining to everybody and then having a half a dozen 10-car a month guys that all I did a year from now is made it easier for them to sell 10 because now they're getting 4 or 5 internet leads, right?
Right.
So I want as much incremental business as possible. The second thing is, as I said, we're woefully understaffed because our leads are way ahead of our ability to capture them. So we've got a lot of customers that are setting appointments. My gals are setting appointments, and a lot of the brick and mortar teams are getting these appointments and taking advantage of those sales. So my internet sales are not just represented by the internet team.
Right. No, I understand that. Now, we also spoke about something about, and you said it in the beginning of this video, is changing the way you think. Instead of having like the average, as per NAD, the average dealership sales consultants do about 10 cars. With the way that the internet is, and with having these internet departments, is it theoretically possible to lower your amount of salespeople and increase the average minimums from 10 to, let's say, 15 or 18? Do you know what I'm getting at?
Absolutely.
Explain that. What's your vision with that?
Well, my vision with that is the same thing. We all know the metrics. I mean, anybody that understands reading a financial statement knows that your commission expense as a percentage of gross is distorted by 2 things: low gross averages and rockin' share money. Those salespeople that didn't cover their draw. So until we raise the standard in the salespeople's minds, which also raises their level of income, which in turn raises the quality of people you have through performance, you're going to have a lot happier customers as well. There's a lot of great things that come along with that. Accepting 8 to 10 a month where the average guy really can't make much of a living and is therefore not going to take care of a lot of customers, right? I think there's unintended consequences that are more damaging to us that way than aspiring to have the average member of my sales team selling between 12 and 15 a month. And by the way, we're heading that way quickly.
That's awesome. Now, you are fanatical with KPIs and measuring certain things. Can you explain to the audience what a KPI is?
Well, it's a key performance index. You can't manage what you don't measure.
And what for you as a general manager, what are the most important metrics that you kind of track and you absolutely recommend that an internet director, BDC director tracks for their GM or dealer principal?
Because you've got bulletproof accountability in your ILM versus your CRM. Let's face it, your sales team is going to log what they want to log. Okay? In your ILM, it doesn't tell any lies. Okay? Or you can find out the truth. So I'm using the data from my ILM, my closing ratios, my trends, my lead trends. For example, 2 weeks ago, we had 54 opportunities to do business on Tuesday between walk-in customers in the CRM and the ILM. 54 opportunities, and we close at 6 on Tuesday, mind you. Wednesday morning in our Save a Deal meeting, I told the managers, brace yourself, we're going to have a big day today. And you can literally watch your trends. We did some keywords, some organic searches on our used FJs. We've got a few of those in stock. So we've been digitally marketing those. Well, as it turns out, I got 7 FJ leads in my ILM, and 3 of them bought brand new ones yesterday. I don't know any Toyota dealership in America that sold 3 FJs in one day. Now, you can go along and think, wow, we just got lucky, or you can look at your data and know where it came from and try to drive the same behavior every day.
That's awesome. Is there anything in closing you'd like to share with the community out there? Any advice, tips for them to try to get a hold of working in a car dealership in 2013 and beyond?
Well, I think we have to revisit really caring for the folks. We got to give a damn about the people that work for us. I hate turnover. We've eliminated the turnover in this dealership. You can't have MBAs graduating on your showroom in 5 years when you're holding remedial reading classes because you've got turnover. I don't believe in turnover. I will keep people to a fault, but I try to hire the right way. We got to reacquaint ourselves with just really genuinely giving a damn about the people that work for us. They got families, mortgages, bills to pay, aspirations, vacations to take. They're important to us, and we need to put a higher value. When you do that first, then you can set a higher expectation for them. And those higher expectations are happening right here, right now.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations for all your success.